hitting, and Ashbacker will bat for the left fielder, Jake Hovden. Hitting eighth, the pitcher, Bryce Pierce. And batting ninth in center field will be Gavin Nimrod. And that lineup will face Parker Hesse for the Indians. There's going to be a little bit of a momentary delay as Drew Knutson, the umpire, had to run back to his vehicle to get something, apparently. Parker Hesse is 1-0 on the season with .350 ERA. Opponents hitting .211 against him. This is his second start, his third appearance, 8 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Drew Knutson is back behind home plate. Jack Lynch will work the base pass, and Colin Nimrod will start things here in game number 2. Nimrod was officially 0 for 2, had 2 RBIs, walked twice, and scored 2 runs in game number 1. We'll set the Indian defense as play goes on, as we're about ready to get things underway as game 2 starts at 7:28. And the first pitch high and tight to Colin Nimrod. 1 ball, no strikes. Jacob Ronan in left, Hunter Hamill in center, and Marshall Lyons in right. At third base, Adam Benzing. Austin Trundle at short, Matt Simblock at second as curveball taken outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Sam Schwartz will play first base this game. Jordan Wolf once again behind the plate, and Parker Hesse on the hill. Hesse, the junior for Waukon, the 2-0 delivery is taken low. It's 3 balls, no strikes. A 5-inning victory for the Vikes in game number 1. They scored 11 runs with only 4 hits. Waukon way too unkind to themselves as curveball taken low and outside for ball 4. Nimrod draws a leadoff walk. Runner at first, nobody out for Jake Qualley, the starting pitcher here in game number 2. Qualley with the stick in game number 1 was 0 for 4, did reach on an error and score. A couple of steps off the bag at first base is Nimrod. In at third is Adam Benzing, and the pitch low and outside. Wolf looked behind him, and the ball was actually in front of him, so Colin Nimrod will steal second base, or take second base, on a wild pitch. So it's 1 ball, no strikes on Qualley as 5 straight out of the zone from Parker Hesse. Stretch, look back at second, and a whirl and a soft toss back there to send Colin back to the bag standing. Lights have been turned on, but the sun has popped out once again here at the Waukon High School baseball diamond. Stretch and the 1-0 to Qualley. There's a strike. First of the game from Hesse. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. We mentioned in game number 1 the possibility of these two teams meeting again. Stretch and the 1-1, low and outside for 2 balls and 1 strike. These two teams are in the same substate. Decorah and Waverly Shellrock will be the sub-state sites. 2-1 delivery inside for 3 balls, 1 strike on Jake Qualley, with Dustin Carey on deck. The lead at second by Colin Nimrod. Hesse looks back at him, and the pitch low and outside for ball 4. So 2 walks for Parker Hesse to the first 2 batters of the game, and Dustin Carey will come to the plate as Cole Swesko will get Jake Qualley on a courtesy runner. Carey in game number 1 was 1 for 1, drew 3 walks, had a double and an RBI, also scored twice. Nimrod away from second, and Swesko away from first. Hesse comes set, a look back at second. Another look at second, and the pitch is a curveball for a strike to Dustin Carey. It is no balls, 1 strike. Benzing playing even with the bag at first. Schwartz playing behind the runner at first. Benzing is over at third. Pitch swung on, a ground ball towards third. Gloved there by Benzing, and he will tag the bag for the first out of the inning, and that's the only out he will get. But a 5 unassisted put out. Gets rid of Colin Nimrod, sends Sweska to second, and lets Carey reach first. First and second, one down. Josie Jewell, the winning pitcher in game number 1, will come to the plate. He was 1 for 4, scored a run in game number 1 at the stick. Josie asked for time. It's granted by Drew Knutson as Hesse was starting his windup. Sweska off a second and Carey off a first. Pitch to Josie, softly hit towards short. Picked up there by Trundle. He'll go to second for the first out, and that's the only out they will get as Sweska moves up to third. Carey erased on the fielder's choice, 6-4. And it'll be up to James Osley for the Vikings to score here in game number 1, or in inning number 1 of game number 2. Osley 1 for 1 with 3 walks and a run scored in game number 1. Vikes won game 1, 11-1 in 5 innings. And it's scoreless here in the top of the first of game number 2. Curveball smack towards third, and a foul ball just to the left of the bag up the third base side. No balls and 1 strike to count. I mentioned Vikes only with 4 hits in game number 1, but were the recipient of 12 walks, 3 hit by pitches, and 3 errors. The ball's 1 strike to count. Runners at the corners and 2 down. The pitch low and outside. It hops away from the catcher, Wolf. Josie's going to take second. It didn't hop away far enough for Sweska to come down the line from third. So Osley now will bat with 2 runners in scoring position. One ball, 1 strike on the senior right fielder for Decorah. Stretch and the 1-1 offering swung on a fly ball, right center field. Retreating is Hunter Hamill. He will make the catch in right center, and that's that for the first inning. 2 walks, 2 runners left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It is Decorah nothing and Waukon coming to bat. And Waukon will bat this way. Leading off will be the shortstop, Austin Trundle. Batting second at third base, Adam Benzing. Hitting third, the pitcher, Parker Hesse. Batting fourth, the catcher, Jordan Wolf. Hitting fifth in left field, Jacob Ronan. Hitting sixth in center field, Hunter Hamill. Batting seventh at second base, Matt Simbulik. Hitting eighth, the designated hitter, Tyler Benzing. Benzing batting for the right fielder, Marshall Lyons. And batting ninth at first base is Sam Schwartz. That lineup will face Jake Qualley. This is the first time Qualley has gotten a start in a conference game since the second game of the doubleheader down at Owine, which he won. This is Qualley's 12th appearance, his 4th start. He's 2-2 with a 2.33 ERA. Opponents hitting 2.36 against him. 36 innings, 35 hits, 12 earned runs, 7 walks, and 19 strikeouts. Vikes defensively will be Jake Hovden in left, Gavin Nimrod in center, James Osley in right, Josie Jewell at third, Colin Nimrod at short, Dustin Carey at second, and Bryce Pierce at first, with Kyle Kane behind the plate and Jake Qualley on the hill. Qualley kicking some of the mound dirt around, making sure his landing spot is a comfortable one after his follow-through. Qualley has been kind of a relief specialist for Decorah, but Coach O giving him the ball here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Qualley did throw against Waukon in the first game. 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And Austin Trundle will lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning. Vikes won game 1, 11-1 in 5. And here we go in game number 2. Trundle was 1 for 3 with a run scored and a double as the first pitch taken outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. Breaking ball goes inside. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Qualley has only walked 7 in his 36 innings. The 2-0 smacked in the left field and a base hit. So Trundle gets his second hit of the doubleheader, and just like game number 1, he reaches base via a base hit to start game number 2 in the bottom of the first inning. Runner at first, nobody out. Adam Benzing will bat for Waukon in a scoreless game. Benzing was 1 for 2 with an RBI single in game number 1. No score here in game number 2. Qualley comes set. Josie in on the grass at third. A curveball missing outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Pierce holds the runner on at first base. Trundle 4 for 4 in the steal column. The stretch and the 1-0 bunted up the first base side foul. It was a breaking ball coming in on the hands of Benzing. It was frankly a tough pitch to bunt, and it ends up fouling towards the first base Decorah dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Adam Benzing. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. Vikes won game 1, 11-1 in 5. The stretch, Benzing squares to bunt, pulls the bat back, rolls one towards first base. It's picked up there by Carey. He'll throw to first base, and Bryce Pierce records the putout, and there's 1 down in inning number 1. Pierce went after that ball, dove, couldn't get there, but got to his feet, hustled back to the bag, and beat Benzing by a step, with Trundle moving up to second base on the play. He's there with 1 down. Bang, bang play, and the Vikes got the call. And Parker Hesse will try to help his own cause with a runner at second and 1 down, rather. The pitch inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Hesse flew out and walked in game number 1. Qualley out of the stretch, and the 1-0 offering. A curveball missing outside, so Qualley not showing the command that we've been used to seeing out of him when he throws. It's 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 delivery, swung on and missed. There's a good curveball with some 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock movement on it. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. A lead at second by Trundle. Qualley looks back there, comes set. And the 2-1 swung on a ground ball towards short, fielded on 2 hops in a roll by Colin Nimrod. He'll throw over to first base and Bryce Pierce, and that's the second out of the inning. Trundle remained at second on the play. He's there with 2 down for Jordan Wolf. Scoreless game, bottom of the first inning. Wolf struck out twice against Josie Jewell in game number 1. A 4-night week for the Vikings, 3 on the road. The only home game will be Thursday night against West Delaware. Wolf from the left-hand side of the plate, and the pitch swung on, hammered down the left field line, but foul. Or the right field line, I should say, as Wolf got around early, pulling that one into the parking lot. 1 strike to nothing on Jordan Wolf. Qualley trying to pitch around, giving up a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first inning. Qualley comes set in the 0-1, swung on and missed, took a little something off, and Wolf out in front. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Leading at second is Trundle. Stretched by Qualley, 0-2 delivery, missed outside on the fastball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vikes will be at North Fayette tomorrow and at Waverly Shellrock on Friday night, with that West Delaware game on Thursday sandwiched in between. 1-2 hit towards right. It'll be a base hit. Rounding third and being waved in is Trundle. Osley's throw to the plate. Kane applies the tag, and he is out. A 1-hop throw from right field, and James Osley, Kyle Kane tagged him out. And that's that for the first inning. 2 hits and 1 runner left. We head to the top of the second inning. It is scoreless between Decorah and Waukon. Just heard from the great folks at the A&J Petersburg Agency, Insurance and Real Estate since 1932. They sponsor the A&J Petersburg Insurance Friends promotion. Every time the Viking baseball or softball team leads in the 6th inning or beyond and scores another run, it's an A&J Petersburg Insurance run. Every time that happens, $20 goes to the Decorah Viking Athletic Booster Club. Kyle Kane, who starts things here in the 2nd inning, applied the tag to end things in the 1st. As Wolf got a single to right, Austin Trundle was thrown out at the plate by James Osley. Kane in game number 1 was 0 for 2, walked and had a sacrifice fly. Hesse walked his first 2, then got the next 3 out in the 1st inning. On the first pitch, taken low, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. There's a strike outside edge. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. And Waukon hoping for pitchers that find the zone more often than they did in game number 1. 1-1. Curveball low outside. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. And really, to be honest with you, Decorah probably is 2. The 2-1 delivery. Curveball low, 3 balls, 1 strike, because they want to be aggressive. They want to earn their way on base. They want to hit the ball with authority, and when pitchers aren't throwing strikes, it kind of takes you a little bit out of your offensive game as well. 3-1 delivery in there for strike 2. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 outside for ball 4, so Kane draws a walk. And Brighton Meyer will get the courtesy of Kyle Kane. Runner at first, nobody out for Austin Ashbacker, the DH in this game. Austin, 1 for 2, a walk, a hit by a pitch, scored 1 run, and had an RBI in game number 1. Pitch. There's a strike, and it's 0-1. Hesse working out of the stretch. The lead at first by Brighton Meyer, and a quick move over there will send Meyer back diving to the bag. Hesse a stretch again. And Austin will ask for time, and it's granted by the home plate umpire, Drew Knutson. Couple of steps off the bag at first base is Brighton Meyer, and a breaking ball hammered towards left center field and a base hit. With the play in front of him, Meyer will put the brakes on at second base. And that's the first hit of the game for Decorah. A solid single to left by Austin Ashbacker. So first and second with nobody out. Vikes got the first 2 on in inning number 1, but weren't able to convert. Bryce Pierce will try to bunt and pushes it up the first base side. It is 0 balls, 1 strike. As it ends up in foul ground. 0 balls and 1 strike to count. Pierce was 0 for 1, sacrificed, walked twice, and once with the bases loaded in game number 1. First and second with nobody out. Pierce squares the bunt again, bunts it straight in the air. It lands fair, bare hand pickup made by Hesse, throwing to third base, and not getting the out. There is Meyer, and it'll be a bunt single for Bryce Pierce. The infield here at Waukon is grass up the base pass, and that one got in the air, fell on the grass, and just died. Frankly, it wasn't all that great of a bunt by Pierce, but a little serendipity goes a long way. And Gavin Nimrod will take the first pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. Bases loaded, nobody out. Vikes with a huge chance here in the top of the second inning of a scoreless game. Gavin did not have an official at bat, was hit twice, and sacrificed once. Pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Gavin Nimrod. Meyer for Kane at third, Ashbacker at second, and Pierce at first. 1-1 delivery, swung on, sprayed foul, third base side, not a play. So Hesse now ahead of Gavin. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Hesse working out of the stretch. And the 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss. As Gavin helped him out by swinging at ball 2. A fastball high and out of the zone, a good spot. And Hesse got Gavin to chase. Bases loaded, 1 down, and Colin Nimrod will stand in. Scoreless game here in the second. Breaking ball outside edge for a strike, and it's 0-1. Colin walked in the first inning. Pitch swung on, ground ball towards short. Barehand pickup of a funny hop by Trendle. He'll get the out at second, and the throw to first base is not in time. That ball was rolling towards short. It hit the lip of the grass, and the dirt took a funny hop. Trendle ended up barehanding it, getting the out at second base, but he did not turn the double play in time, so it ends up being an RBI fielder's choice. It's a 1-0 lead for Decorah, and Jake Qualley will try to help his own cause with runners at the corners and 2 down. The runner at first is Colin Nimrod. The runner at third is Austin Ashbacker. Hesse comes set. Colin takes off. Ground ball hit towards third and foul. It is no balls and 1 strike. Qualley drew a walk in the first inning. 1-0 Decorah on the RBI by Colin Nimrod, his third of the night and his 12th on the season. Quick move to first base, back to the bag, diving is Colin. Stretch by Hesse, a look around the base pass. And the pitch swung on, a ground ball towards short, fielded there by Trendle. He'll throw on to first base, and safe at first base is Qualley. The throw was high, and Qualley able to reach as Trendle's error will allow the second run of the inning to score, and it's a 2-0 lead for Waukon. Ashbacker scores. Nimrod reaches second base. Really couldn't tell if Trendle would have had the easier play towards second, but you take the out you're most confident in, and the high throw caused the error. Schwartz couldn't get on the bag in time as Qualley kind of dove around the tag of Schwartz. So a 2-out run makes it a 2-0 game for Decorah, and Dustin Carey will look to keep it going. Carey hammers one deep left field. Retreating is Ronan. He lunges up and makes the catch at the warning track. Dustin Carey hammered one towards left, but Ronan ran it down just in front of the fence to retire the side. But the Vikes draw first blood. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 2-0 lead for Decorah. Well, Jay Qualley's offense gives him 2 runs in the top of the second inning. He'll return to the hill here in the bottom of the second inning. He gave up base hits to 2 of the 4 men that he faced in inning number 1. But after a Wolf base hit, Austin Trundle was thrown out at the plate from James Ostley to Kyle Kane. And that ended the first, and the Vikes were able to keep the momentum and get 2 on the board in the top of the second inning. Jacob Ronan will start things, and he'll swing and miss at the first offering from Qualley. No balls, 1 strike. Ronan grounded out and struck out in game number 1. Quali kicks and deals, 0-1 offering, a curveball taken low. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Sun was out for a little bit, but clouding up once again. 1-1 delivery is a fastball up. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Talking a pretty good chance of rain tonight, but hopefully we can get 5.5 more innings of baseball in. Pitch swung on, smack towards left, running, catch made in shallow left field by Jake Hovden. And one left fielder retires the other, 1 down here in the 2nd inning. So Ronan flies out to left, 1 down, nobody on. Hunter Hamill to the plate. 2-0 lead for Decorah. Hamill in game number 1 was 1 for 2, had 1 of the 3 hits that Josie Jewell gave up in that game. As a curveball swung on and missed, it is no balls and 1 strike. Oh, 0-1 delivery, swung on and missed as Hamill swings and misses at another curve. It is no balls, 2 strikes now. 2-0. Decorah as we play the bottom of the 2nd. Quali ready, 0-2 offering, swing and a miss. At a slider outside. Two down, nobody on. And a 2-0 lead for Decorah. And Matt Simblick will come to the plate, 2-0. The Vikings lead it. Simblick fouls it right side out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Simblick batting 7 hole after batting 8 hole in game number 1. He was 0 for 2 in that game. Curveball taken up. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Simblick. 1-1, swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Kyle Kane. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Quali ready, the 1-2 offering sails high for 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Simblick. Deuce is wild on the Indian second baseman. 2-0 Decorah here in the 2nd. 2-2 from Quali, swung on a ground ball towards short, fielded on multiple hops by Colin Nimrod, and a high throw caught by Pierce, and the tag applied as well. Pierce caught it, spun into the runner, applied the tag on Simblick. There was a collision at first base. Pierce held on to the ball, and that's that for the 2nd inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top half of the 3rd. It's 2-0 lead for Decorah. Top of the 3rd inning we go. It's a 2-0 lead for Decorah. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have a baseball, softball doubleheader now on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.net. The Decorah Viking baseball team will play at North Fayette tomorrow afternoon at 3:50. You can hear that right here on the radio and on the web. And then tomorrow night, Decorah and New Hampton will play a makeup game in softball. We'll have that for you at 7:20 tomorrow night right here at AM 1240 KDEC. Dustin Carey, Josie Jewell, and James Osley, or correction, Josie Jewell, I should say, will start things here in the 3rd inning as the pitch taken low, 1 ball, no strikes. Josie bounced into a fielder's choice in the 1st. An RBI, fielder's choice, and an error scored the 2 runs for Decorah in the 3rd, 1-0. Curveball and knee bender for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Osley and Kane to follow. 1-1, swing on, sprayed foul down the right field line and out of play. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Josie Jewell. Nobody on, nobody out here in the 3rd inning. On a humid night here in Waukon, the 1-2 delivery low and outside. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Hesse's given up 2 runs, 1 earned. Hesse has not seen Decorah yet on the hill this year. The 2-2 delivery, lone outside for 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Three and 2 the count. Hesse ready, and the 3-2 offering taken high for ball 4. Vikes have gotten deep into many counts tonight. They've been patient at the plate and have been willing to take walks. Coach O always says you want to earn your way on, but you can't be so humble as to not accept any help. And to be honest with you, Decorah's gotten their fair share of help tonight, as James Astley will stand in. He flew out to center his first time up. He smacks one into left field and a base hit. So for the third consecutive inning, Decorah gets their first 2 runners on. A walk to Jewell, a single to left for Astley, and Kyle Kane will bat. He walked his courtesy runner, Brighton Meyer, scored in the second. Kane already squaring to bunt. And the bunt back to third. Hesse Barehands took a look towards third, but instead gets the sure out at first base with Sam Schwartz, the first baseman, on the putout. Jewell up to third, Astley down to second. Second and third with 1 down here in the inning. And Austin Ashbacker will come to the plate. Ashbacker singled to the left and scored in the second. Infield back up the middle and up at the corners. Ground ball towards short, picked up there by Trendle. A throw to first base. A high throw, and coming down with his foot on the bag well ahead of Ashbacker is Schwartz. Austin will get the RBI. Josie scored on the play. Astley stayed as at second, and it's a 3-0 lead for Decorah. For Austin, that is 13 RBIs on the campaign. A runner at second and 2 down. Vikes got a 2-out run in the second inning. Bryce Pierce will try to make it happen again here in the third. He got an infield bunt single in the second. And a whirl and a throw towards second, and Astley back to the bag. Pitch outside corner taken for a strike. It is no balls and 1 strike on Pierce. Stretch again, and the 0-1 smacked into center field and a base hit. Astley rounding third, coming to the plate. Hamill up with it. The throw is offline. Astley in with a head-first slide as the throw goes to the plate. Pierce moves to second. It's a 4-0 lead for Decorah. Bryce Pierce now 2 for 2. And James Astley scores on the single to center for Bryce. His 3rd RBI of the season. And Gavin Nimrod will try to keep the fun going for Decorah here in the top of the 3rd. A pair of deuces in the 2nd and the 3rd for the Vikings. Nimrod, his first time up, struck out swinging the pitch, swing and a foul straight back over our heads and out of play. There's no balls and 1 strike. This is Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren Swenson with you for Northeast Iowa Conference Baseball tonight. Vikes won Game 1, 11-1. Smack down the right field line and a fair ball and into the corner. Bryce Pierce will score easily. Gavin Nimrod going to second. The throw there is not in time. An RBI double for Gavin Nimrod, a 5-0 lead for Decorah. So Nimrod with a double to right. The Vikes get 2 runs with 2 outs here in the 3rd. And Colin Nimrod will try to pick his big brother up. Nimrod with his... or Gavin a moment ago with his 6th double and 12th RBI. Fly ball left center field off the bat of Nimrod. Ronan, the left fielder, yields to the center fielder Hamill, who will make the catch to retire the side. But the Vikes add 3 to their total on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left, 2.5 complete. It's a 5-0 lead for Decorah. Welcome back to Waukon. Decorah took Game 1 of the doubleheader tonight, 11-1 in 5 innings. And they lead it here in Game 2, 5-0. They've already equaled their hit total from game number 1 with 4. Tyler Benzing, Sam Schwartz, and Austin Trundle here in the bottom of the third inning. Benzing swings the first one and fouls one right side and out of play. It is no balls and 1 strike on Tyler Benzing, who was hit by a pitch and struck out in game number 1. Pitch, outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Great location on the breaking ball from Qualley. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Qualley ready, and the 0-2 offering. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Kane applies the tag for good measure. And 1 down here in the third inning. Qualley has retired 4 in a row now, and that's his first strikeout of the night. 1 down, nobody on. Sam Schwartz to the plate. This is his first appearance with the stick here tonight. Schwartz on the season, 185, no extra base hits, and 6 RBI. The curveball for a strike. It's 0-1 on Sam Schwartz. Qualley ready, 0-1, swung on and missed. It's 0-2. That's what Jake needs to do here. Just go out and throw strikes. Decorah's defense is good enough that they'll support you. Keep that ball out of the middle of the zone. The pitch goes high. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Their offense is giving you 5 runs, and if you use that philosophy, you'll give your offense another chance to put some more on the board. Here's a ground ball kicked by Qualley, slowed down. It's picked up by Colin Nimrod. He'll throw it to first base, and the out recorded 1-6-3. Qualley actually kicked that ball, slowed it down a little bit. Colin Nimrod picked it up in front of the second base bag and threw it across in plenty of time to get Schwartz. And 2 down here in the third inning. And Austin Trundle will bat. He singled to left his first time up in the first and was thrown out at the plate, trying to score for the third out in the first inning. And the pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. So Qualley has settled down nicely ever since giving up hits to 2 of the first 4 batters of a game. 0-1 delivery, curveball swung on and missed. A curveball down and in. And Trundle wasn't close to it. It's no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, swing and a miss. A good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Trundle. And that's that for the third inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the fourth. The Vikings lead the Indians by a 5-0 margin. Fourth inning we go. It's a lead of 5-0 for Decorah. They won game 1 of the doubleheader 11-1 after winning the game between these two teams on June the 10th by a 5-3 margin. Jake Qualley will bat. He walked in the first. He reached on an error to allow a run to score in the second inning as that one swung on, fouled back, and out of play just to our left in front of us. It is no balls and 1 strike. Qualley, Carey, and Jewell here in the fourth inning. Vikes got 2 in the first inning. Colin Nimrod, an RBI fielder's choice, and Qualley hit the ball in play, reached on an error by Trundle to allow Austin Ashbacker to score with the second run. The Vikes added 3 to their total in the third inning. Pitch goes low to Qualley. And actually, it's called a strike. It's 0-2. Vikes got an RBI ground out from Ashbacker in the third inning. A single to center by Pierce with 2 outs, and an RBI double by Nimrod with 2 outs. A curveball that doesn't curve, and it hits Qualley in the back. So Qualley becomes the fourth man in as many frames to reach to start the ball game. Sweska will get his courtesy at first base, and Dustin Carey will come to the plate. Carey reached on a fielder's choice in the first and fly to left in the second, and a toss over to first base will send Sweska back diving to the bag. Pitch, curveball outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Dustin Carey. Coming in the second leading hitter. On the squad when it comes to average. Move to first base. Sweska dove back in. Even though the toss was so soft that Sweska was actually getting up from his dive by the time it came down in Sam Schwartz's glove. Quick move to first base this time, and Sweska back to the bag diving. Want to know the count on Dustin Carey, 5-0 Decorah here in the fourth. Hesse comes set. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a strike. Throw down to second base to the shortstop side of second. And Sweska will steal second. So Sweska, with a 1 ball and 1 strike count on him, will steal his second base of the year. Pitch, blown outside, is 2 balls, 1 strike on Dustin Carey. Two and 1 with nobody out. And the pitch swung on and missed. A hard fastball from Hesse about shoulder high outside edge. And Dustin unable to catch up with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Stretch by Hesse, a look back at second, another look, and a 2-2 off-speed swung on, popped up right side. Cymbaluk at second is under it. He will make a 2-handed catch on the right side of the infield for the first out here in the 4th inning. So 1 second baseman retires the other. And there's 1 down and a runner at second for Josie Jewell. Josie hit into a force play in the first, walked and scored in the third. First pitch out of the zone is 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch swung on, popped up, left field. Ronan is under it, medium deep left, and he will make a 2-handed catch for the second out of the inning. So Josie flies to left, 2 down and a runner at second. And James Osley will stand in. 5-0 Decorah leads it as we play the top half of the 4th inning. Osley flew out to center in the first, singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Sweska, the runner at second with 2 out. A long pause from Hesse, and the pitch swung on, popped up left side, angling over into foul ground is Benzing, but it'll land well out of play. It is no balls and 1 strike. Words of encouragement from the first base coaching box in Blake Moen. Stretch, a look back at second, a second look at second, and the 0-1 swung on, hammered deep left field. Ronan looks up, and that ball is gone. First home run of the season for James Osley. RBIs 12 and 13. The Vikings lead it 7-0. Got an 0-1 pitch in his wheelhouse and took it over the left field fence. And now the Vikings have scored 5 of their 7 runs with 2 outs as well. Wasn't a lot of doubt about that one once it left the bat. James with his first home run, and Kyle Kane will take the first one high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Kane without an official at bat walked. His courtesy runner Brighton Meyer scored in the second. Sacrificed a runner up in the third. Curveball inside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. Stretch and the curveball. Similar spot, different result. Inside, 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Smacked into center field and a base hit. So the Vikes didn't have a lot of opportunities to swing the bat in game number 1. They've had their hitting shoes on here in game number 2 with 6 hits through 3+ innings. And Austin Ashbacker will try to keep it going. 7-0 Decorah here in the 4th. Ashbacker a single to left and a run scored in the 2nd, an RBI ground out in the 3rd. Hesse comes set in a curveball inside corner, and it's hit by pitch number 7 on the season for Austin Ashbacker. His baseball magnetism continuing. And now Jerry Keenan is going to head out to the mound and talk to Parker Hesse. Runners and batters will talk to Coach O in the third base box. Hesse, through 3 2/3, has given up 7 runs. 6 of them earned, 6 hits. He's walked 4 and he's struck out 1. The batter will be Bryce Pierce. A bunt single in the 2nd, an RBI single with 2 outs, and he scored himself in the 3rd. First and 2nd with 2 down. Fastball outside edge from Hesse for a strike, 0-1. The Osley home run has broken it open at 7-0 as the pitch goes right through the wickets of Jordan Wolf. So moving up 90 will be Meyer and Ashbacker. A 1-ball, 1-strike count on Pierce, and now he will bat with 2 runners in scoring position. 2 down here in the 4th inning, but 2 out has been money time for the Vikings here in this game, as they have scored 5 of their 7 with 2 outs as the pitch goes outside. 2 balls, 1 strike count on Bryce Pierce. Two-1. Outside corner on a sweeping breaking ball taken for a strike. It's 2-2. And those are a lot of pitches that Decorah hitters in general kind of take those pitches. 2-2. Smack towards right field and a base hit. Brayton Meyer will score. Ashbacker chugging to the plate. The throw is offline. A 2-out, 2-run single for Bryce Pierce and a 9-0 lead for Decorah. Pierce now 3 for 3 with 3 RBI here in game number 2. That's after having an RBI in game number 1, so his total on the season has gone from 2 to 6 in one night. 9-0 Decorah. A 4 spot here in the 4th to back up 2 in the 2nd and 3 in the 3rd. As Gavin Nimrod will stand in, smack one towards left field, and a long run for Ronan. He's into foul ground. He dives, and he can't quite get there. Nice effort by Ronan. Couldn't quite get there in foul ground. It's no balls and 1 strike count. No balls, 1 strike count. Here's a 3-stride lead at first base. Hesse comes set. And the 0-1 swung on, smack towards right center field, and that one will land for a base hit. Pierce will head towards third base. The throw there is well in time as Pierce gets the tag applied on him by Adam Benzing. Coach O was sending him there, and getting to that ball quickly was Marshall Lyons. He picked it up and threw to third base and got the out in that situation. So the Vikes able to score 4 on 4 hits. No errors and 1 left. We're halfway home in game 2 of this doubleheader. It's 9-0 Decorah. 9-0 Decorah as we play the bottom of the fourth inning. We start it with Adam Benzing at the plate. He'll take the first one low, 1 ball, no strikes. Benzing looks at the first one low for a 1-0 count, and he grounded to second back in the first inning. 1-0 swung on, popped up, foul territory left side. Kyle Kane is under it, and he will make the catch in the Waukon third base dugout on deck circle. And there's one down here in the fourth inning. So ever since that Wolf single back in the first, Qualley has now set down 7 in a row. He's been very economical with the pitches. This will be number 47 of the game as Hesse looks at the first one inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Hesse grounded to short in the first, 0 for 1. 1-0 delivery, swung on a ground ball towards third. Josie's going to pick that one up, wind up and throw to first base and Bryce Pierce. And there's 2 away here in the second inning. 2 down, nobody on. And Jordan Wolf for Waukon. He singled to right his first time up, 1 for 1. On that play, Austin Trundle was thrown out at the plate trying to score. Vikes were able to get the momentum with that play and keep it offensively and defensively since as Wolf swings and misses at a curveball, 0-1. Indians gave him some help for their 2 runs in the second inning. But ever since that time, it's been the bats taking care of business. Off-speed pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Jordan Wolf. Vikes won game number 1, 11-1. That was more help from the Indians, in all honesty, than what Decorah did. Pitch outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Vikes were the recipients of 12 walks, 3 hit by pitches, and 3 errors. But credit them for patience at the plate as Wolf hammers that one foul. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Wolf got around early and pulled it up the right field line. 2-2 with 2 down. The pitch high and tight with the fastball. It's 3-2 now. From Qualley to Wolf. 3-2. Off-speed pitch swung on and missed. Kane will pick it up. He'll throw down to first base and Bryce Pierce. And another 1-2-3 inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 5th. It is Decorah 9 and Waukon 0. Parker Hesse is done after 4 innings, and Brock Waters, a sophomore for Waukon, will pitch on the varsity. Hesse, 4 innings, 8 hits, 9 runs, 7 of those earned. He ends up walking 4, hitting 2 and striking out 1. Waters will try to slow down the Decorah offense, which has been authoritative here in game number 2. The sophomore right-hander will face the top of the order here in the 5th inning. Waters making his 3rd appearance, all in relief. 1 in the 3rd, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Colin Nimrod will bat for the 4th time in 5 frames. Nimrod walked in the 1st, reached on an RBI fielder's choice in the 2nd, and fly to center in the 3rd. The first offering is outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Vikes with 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th for their 9 runs. They have 7 hits here in game 2 after only getting 4 in game number 1. Pitch a strike, it's 1-1. But in all fairness, when the opposing pitchers aren't throwing too many strikes, it's hard to get a lot of hits. 1 ball, 1 strike, well outside from Waters. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Both these teams will be in action in Northeast Iowa Conference, Upper Iowa Conference action tomorrow night. 2-1. That one taken up. It's 3 balls, 1 strike to Colin Nimrod. Decorah will be at North Fayette, and Waukon will travel to Southwind, who's having a very nice season. Pitch swung on, looped into right field, and still on the infield third. A running catch is made by Matt Simbulik at second. 1 down. A point I was about to make before a Bryce Pierce single last inning. Vikes doing a better job of taking off-speed stuff, curveballs, changeups, etc. the other way tonight. And that's something we haven't seen a lot out of this Decorah team, but if you want to keep progressing offensively, that is something that is going to have to be successful for this group. When you look at what they were able to do in that state championship game run, and here's the smacker into right center field and a base hit. As Jake Qualley is on base for the 4th time tonight, a walk, an error, a hit by a pitch, and a single to right, and Cole Sweska will get his courtesy at first. Sweska at first, 1 down. You looked at that run towards the state championship game. Guy after guy in the lineup did a great job of taking the off-speed stuff the other way. Now, if you get a fastball that you can pull and hit with authority, you take care of that, but straight fastball guys are not the guys you're going to face deep down the tournament run. As the pitch taken low by Dustin Carey, 1 ball, no strikes. Carey 0 for 3 here in Game 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first, fly to left in the second, and popped to second in the fourth. 9-0 lead for Decorah here in the 5th. And a good job of going the other way tonight as that one smacked towards left. A diving stop made by Benzing. He's going to go to second for 1. Return throw to first, not in time, but hang a star on that play as Adam Benzing laid out, made a diving stop, got to his knees and threw to second base to force Cole Sweska. So 2 down and a runner at first. And Josie Jewell to the plate, reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Walked and scored in the 3rd and flew out to left in the 4th inning. And a pitch to Josie, a curve on the inside edge for a strike. It is 0-1. Carey the runner at first with 2 down. Waters delivers, pitch high and tight. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch swung on, popped up, left field. Ronan and Hamill converging. Hamill under it, running into left center, and he will make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. Bottom of the 5th we go. It is a 9-0 lead for Decorah. Bottom of the 5th inning we go. A 9-0 lead for Decorah. They won Game 1 of the doubleheader by an 11-1 margin. Jacob Ronan will lead things off here in the 4th inning against Jake Qualley, who hasn't let a runner on since Jordan Wolf got a single as the last batter in the 1st inning. On that play, Austin Trundle was thrown out at the plate, trying to score by James Osley as Ronan swings and fouls the first pitch back. No balls and 1 strike. Since that time, it's been all Vikings, both offensively and defensively. 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, and 4 in the 4th. Ground ball towards 3rd. Charging there is Josie Jewell. Now he plays the long hop and throws on to first base and throws wild. But Ronan would have beat it out anyway. So Ronan gets the 3rd base hit of the night, and that ends a string of 9 in a row set down by Jake Qualley. Runner at first, nobody out, 9-0 Decorah here in the 5th. And Hunter Hamill to the plate. He struck out swinging in the 2nd, 0 for 1. Pitch inside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch swung on and missed. It is 1 ball, 1 strike to count. As we mentioned, Qualley's been pretty economical with the pitches, 58 to this point in the game. Very, very acceptable total. 1-1 delivery, that missed high and outside. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. stretch, and the 2-1 swung on and missed. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two, swinging a pop-up down the right field line, angling towards the line. James Osley, who will make the catch, still in fair territory, about 40 feet away from the infield dirt. An F9 in the scorebook, and there's one down here in the 5th inning. 1 on, 1 out, and Matt Cymbelik to the plate, grounded to short in the 2nd. 9-0 Decorah here in the 5th. Pitch swung on and missed at a fastball. So in game number 1, Josie got off to a slow start pitching-wise, but improved from there. Same thing for Qualley here in game 2 as the pitch goes outside. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Vikes trying to win game number 15. The pitch outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. If the scoreboard remains as is, Decorah would be 15-6 after 21 games. 2-1 swung on and missed. At a breaking ball, it's 2-2. And it was game number 21 where the season kind of turned around last year. Pitch swung on and missed. Qualley gets a strikeout, his 4th of the night. Cymbelik down on strikes, runner at first, 2 down. And Tyler Bensing comes up for walk-on. Bensing struck out swinging in the 3rd, 0 for 1. Qualley ready, and the pitch swung on, and one hopper right back to Qualley. He'll jog over towards first and give Pierce an underhand toss for the 3rd out here in the 5th inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 6th. It's 9-0 Decorah. Top of the 6th inning. James Osley, who got his first home run of the year in his last at-bat, will come to the plate. Osley's been swinging it better lately. We talked about it during his struggles in the early part of this season when James was on the interstate. He's too good of a hitter to be hitting on the interstate. His average and his overall product probably doesn't look all that great right now, but the fact of the matter is, he has improved it to 200. That one hammered deep left field. After it is Hamill, he lunges back, and it's against the fence. And Osley will stand at second with a double. So Osley now a triple away from the cycle as Eric Smorstad will get an at-bat here for Kyle Kane. 9-0 Decorah in the 6th. Osley now 3 for 4. With a double, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a home run. Smorstad getting an at-bat here. Brady Dolly in the on-deck circle for Decorah. It's Coach O going to his bench. Smorstad on the season, 3 for 25, 120. And he'll swing at the first one, ground one toward short, picked up there by Trundle. He'll wind up and throw to first base. And Smorstad retired, 1 down here in the 6th inning on the play. Osley moves up to 3rd. The reason he was able to is that Trundle fielded that one right in front of the second base bag. Trundle was going away from the play, and Osley was running away from Trundle. And Brady Dolly will bat, and Dolly didn't report, and now he does report, and here we go. Brady is 0 for 5 on the season. Be a cool time right here for his first varsity hit for good old number 1. This is just a kid who absolutely loves baseball. Good to see him getting a few opportunities here. The pitch fouled back. No balls, 1 strike. Kid who loves baseball and just a good kid, too. 0-1 delivery, swung on, sprayed towards left or right field, and a base hit. First varsity hit for Brady Dolly brings home James Osley, and it's now a 10-0 lead for Decorah. It's the second varsity RBI for number 1. And Bryce Pierce will come to the plate. 10-0 Decorah. Pierce is having a very good night. 3 for 3. A run scored with 3 RBIs. He has increased his RBI total by 200% in the overall night as the first pitch taken high. 1 ball, no strikes. So Brock Waters gives up his first run. A lead at first base by Dolly, and the pitch high and tight to Bryce. It's 2-0. Pitch swing and a pop-up right field side. A late break from Marshall Lyons. He's going to field it on one hop. Dolly had to wait, and the throw to second base is in time as Trendle made a nice stretch at second base and fielded the one-hop throw from Marshall Lyons. So it ends up a fielder's choice. 9-6 as Dolly is forced as Bryce Pierce, now 3 for 4 on the night. He was inches away from being 4 for 4. And Gavin Nimrod will look at a strike, 0-1. Gavin 2 for 3 with the stick here in game 2. Struck out swinging in the second, an RBI double with 2 outs in the third. And a single to right in the fourth. This pitch high and tight, 1 ball, 1 strike. An RBI fielder's choice and an error scored the 2 runs in the second inning, but since that time it was the offense that really has done the job. RBI ground out by Ashbacker, RBI single by Pierce, RBI double by Nimrod in the third, got the 3 runs home. 2 balls, 1 strike. Then it was Osley, a 2-run homer, a 2-run single for Bryce Pierce, and an RBI single by Nimrod. Pitch inside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike, and the RBI single by Brady Dolly got the 10th run home here in the 6th inning. 10-0 Decorah. Stretch and the 3-1 hits Nimrod right in the back. And Sean Truan going to get an opportunity. First and second with 2 down. Truan will bat for Nimrod here. Sean is 0 for 2. On the season. First and second, 2 outs. 10-0 Decorah here in the 6th. Pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Sean Truan. Batting for Colin Nimrod, who was officially 0 for 3, but did walk and have an RBI. 1-0. Outside corner at the letters for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Decorah won game 1, 11-1 in 5, and lead it here in the 6th, 10-0. 1-1 sails outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. And that hits Sean. So Sean on base for the first time in his varsity career. Via the hit by pitch, Pierce to third, Nimrod to second. And Jake Qualley will come to the plate. Qualley's been on base 4 times. Qualley walked in the first, reached on an error in the second, hit by a pitch. And Sweska scored for him in the 4th and single to right in the 5th. Wolf and Waters with a brief meeting at the bottom of the circle. Bases loaded, 2 down. 11-1 the score. In game 1 and 5, it's 10-0. Decorah here in the 6th. As Qualley smacks one into center field, a base hit. Pierce will score. Nimrod coming to the plate. The throw to the plate is bobbled and dropped by Wolf as it goes to the plate. Truin moves up to third. Qualley to second. A 2-run single by Qualley. And it is a 12-0 lead. That was a pretty darn good throw by Hamill. Unfortunately for Waukon, Wolf couldn't hold on to it. Had Wolf been able to hang on to it, the second run, Nimrod would have been out at the plate. But Sean Truin wheels his way to third, and Sweska will get the courtesy runner for Qualley at second, and Brayton Meyer will get a turn at the plate. Meyer will bat for Carey, who was 0 for 4. Meyer is 0 for 1 on the season, but has scored 6 runs as a courtesy runner. Right, Meyer swings and fouls the first pitch back. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, 1. Blown outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch, inside corner for a strike. And it's 1-2. Mike's with a 3 spot here in the 6th, and that means the Indians have to get a 3 in the bottom of the 6th to keep this thing going. 1-2, pitch taken high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and 2 with 2 down. Pitch high. It's 3-2. Three and 2 with 2 down on Meyer, and if he gets on, Connor Gospin's going to get a chance. 3-2, swung on and missed. And that's that here for the 6th inning. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. We head to the 6th. Vikes will try to close it out next. They lead at 12-0. 12-0 Decorah as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Jake Qualley's had a solid outing tonight. We've talked a lot about the Decorah offense. 12 hits, knocking the ball around pretty well. It was more walk-on walks, hit by pitches, and errors than anything in Game 1, but it has legitimately been the Decorah offense here in Game number 2. Jake Qualley's done the job as well, giving up 3 hits, no runs thus far. He struck out 3. He hasn't walked anybody. And only 1 of the 17 batters he has thrown to, he has gone to a 3-ball count on. Sam Schwartz will lead things off here in the 6th inning. Qualley starts him with a curve and a strike, 0-1. Qualley's been a pretty good pitch-to-contact guy tonight. This will be the 70th pitch, and it's swung on and missed. It's 0-2. And again, Decorah is pretty salty defensively no matter who you throw out on the hill. And you can afford to be a pitch-to-contact guy with Qualley and with Kane and with Carey. The pitch swung on, fouled at the plate as Kane unable to hang on to the foul tip. Point I was about to make before an inning interrupted me a couple of moments ago as the pitch goes high. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Decorah, if they can hang on here, that would be 15-6. You look back a year ago at the 21-game point. The 1-2 delivery outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Decorah was 12-9. They would go on to win 16 of their last 18 games. The only losses to Waterloo West and to Dallas Center Grimes. Pitch swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Kane will throw it out to Pierce for good measure, and that's the first out here in the 6th inning. One down, nobody on. Austin Trundle will stand in. Single to left in the first, struck out swinging in the third. 12-0 Decorah here in the 6th. That one hammered down the left field line, but foul. It left the yard, but it was well foul. It is no balls and 1 strike to count. 0-1 delivery, swung on and missed, took a little something off, and Trundle out in front. It's 0-2. Now, am I predicting a similar run for Decorah? There's no way in the world I can do that. As pitch low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But, again, you are ahead of last year's pace. What that means, we'll figure out eventually. What it means come July 19th, really not a lot, as Trundle pops one foul territory down the left field line. Hovden with a long run, Jewell chasing as well, and it'll land in between them in foul territory. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. One down here in the 6th inning. Vikes trying to close it out. They lead at 12-0. We'll have baseball and softball on the air tomorrow. As the pitch taken high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll be in 2 different locations tomorrow. Baseball, we will be at West Union at 4 o'clock. Decorah and North Fayette. 2-2 delivery swung on, ground ball toward short. Fielded easily by Colin Nimrod, and he'll airmail the throw to first base. Pierce was able to catch it. But the leap required him to leave the bag, and that's the first error of the night. And a pinch runner coming in for the Indians. That'll be Sully Bouquet. Batting now is Benzing, and he'll swing and miss at the first one. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 12-0 Decorah here in the 6th. After a Viking win 11-1 in the 5th. Pitch swung on, popped up straight back, and out of play. That one landing right in front of us, as you could probably hear. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch swung on, a fly ball, left center field. Angling into left center is Jake Hovden. He makes a running one-handed grab, and he kind of snow cones it at the end. But he got to it. Two down, and a runner at first. And Parker Hesse to the plate, swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Hesse, the last hope for the moment for the Indians. They trail it by a 12-0 margin. The pitch swung on, fouled away. Actually, this is Brock Waters, who came in for Hesse. Hesse was 0 for 2 with the stick. He was the starting pitcher as the pitch goes outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hesse threw the first 4. Gave up 9 of the runs. Waters has given up 3 of the runs as Qualley throws inside. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pitch outside. 3-2 with 2 down, and the runner will be going the pitch outside for ball 4. So, the stay alive run for the Indians will come to the plate, and that is Jordan Wolf. And Peyton Hesse will run for Brock Waters at first base. Jordan Wolf singled to right in the first and struck out swinging in the fourth. 12-0 Decorah. As we play the 6th, one hopper right back to Qualley, runs over towards first and gives Pierce an underhand toss, and that's a Viking victory. Vikes make quick work of the Indians twice tonight, winning Game 1 11-1 in 5 innings, and winning Game 2 by a 12-0 margin in 6. 12 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, 9 left for Decorah. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 4 left for Waukon. The winning pitcher is Jake Qualley. Qualley improves to 3-2 on the season. The losing pitcher is Parker Hesse for Waukon. And Hesse on the season drops to 1-1. So Decorah is now 15-6 overall, 10-4 in conference play. Waukon drops to 6-15 overall and 2-10 in conference play. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight, or without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome. Final score, Decorah wins 11-1 in 5 and 12-0 in 6. Our next coverage will be tomorrow afternoon as the Decorah Viking baseball team travels to West Union to take on the North Fayette Hawks. Our coverage will begin at 3:50, and then tomorrow night we will have Decorah softball against New Hampton. That's going to be a rain-out makeup at 7:20. So for our entire KDEC sports team, Darren Swenson saying so long from Waukon. Decorah wins 11-1 in 5 and 12-0 in 6. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We'll talk to you again tomorrow afternoon.